Hey guys, how's it going? Kian's here. Welcome to another episode of Kenobi Media. Some of you guys have asked me to show you my workflow on Lightroom and Photoshop, and today we're going to do that. Alright guys, here it is. I have a glass of wine and we're going to editing some photos. Now first of all, I'm not saying this is the best way of editing photos, but this is my way and some of you guys have been asking me to do that, so I just want to show you my workflow. Without further ado, let's do it. Guys, here it is. We are in Lightroom and over here I picked 3 random pictures. There's no reason why I picked them, it's just really random for my gallery, and I'm going to show you the workflow. So let's just go with my first picture. First of all, reposition the picture to make it look nicer, and then after that I go straight to the tone curve. What I did was making a point in the middle of the tone curve and I raised it up. A lot of you guys probably familiar with S curve and tone curve, but what I want to do differently is I want to raise up in the middle point in the tone curve. The reason I want to do that is because I want to have a brighter skin tone. And then after that I go to the red channel, green channel, blue channel and make an S curve in each channel. Once I finish tweaking to my liking, I go to HSL channel and I change the yellow, the red, maybe less saturated and more luminance, and tweaking the blue less saturated too, luminance down on the blue. After that I lower down the highlight, lift up the shadows, add some texture, reduce some clarity, and add some saturation back. Once I'm pretty happy with what I've done in Lightroom, I switch to Photoshop. Now in Photoshop I added 2 overlay layers. Those are my own overlay layers. If you want it, let me know in the comment and I can try to send it to you. But basically I changed the mode to soft light and I changed the opacity to pretty low. This adds more colors to the picture and it looks nicer. After that, I just use Peter McKinnon ways to add more saturate and sharpen the pictures more. What I do is I duplicate the layer, I choose blur, Gaussian blur. I put the value around 4 and then I change the blend mode to soft light. And again, I change the opacity to pretty low. After that, I duplicate another layer, I shift Command U and then I choose the blend mode to overlay and I choose filter, other, high pass, and then I just tweak the high pass volume until I'm happy to make the footage sharper. Once I'm done with all that, I save it back to Lightroom and I'm pretty much done with this photo. Here's the before picture and here's the after. Second picture is pretty much the same way. This is my workflow. So pretty much the first thing I do is I go straight to the tone curve and I make the middle point again and raise it higher up. After that I go to red channel, blue channel, green channel and I make an S curve in all of the channel. And then again I tweak it until I like it. With this one though, I add a little more red in the tone curve is because she wear a red shirt and it just look a little bit better with more red in the photo. After that I go to HSL, I lower the yellow, the green, the orange a little bit. I add luminance to the orange, a little bit in the yellow. I also change the green to be more green and the saturation lower. And I also lower down the highlight, lift up the shadow, add more dehaze in this one, add more saturation and vibrance back. And then once I'm happy with Lightroom, again, I export it to Photoshop. My Photoshop process is pretty much the same, but with this one, I add the blue overlay first because I feel like the blue is more contrast of the red that I already done in this picture. And then I add more on the yellow overlay afterwards. It's pretty much the same process with the second one and I save it to Lightroom. And once I'm in Lightroom, I change the tint a little bit to the green side and then I also lower down the exposure. And that's pretty much it. I like it. This is before and this is after. By now you probably know exactly what I'm doing most of the time. Again, it's the same process. I raised up the middle point in my tone curve again. I make an S curve in the red channel, green channel, blue channel, and then I go to HSL and change the color to my liking. With this one, I just turn the highlight all the way to the end. I add shadow in it, lower down the saturation on the yellow, add some saturation on the orange, so add some set color. Play around with HSL more, add some luminance on the orange, turn the yellow more to the orange side. And once I'm happy, I put it back to Photoshop. And again, this is the same process. I add some overlay color to add some color to the picture. Use the Peter McKinnon way to add saturation and sharpen it to the picture. And then that's pretty much it. Once I'm done, I just save it and go back to Lightroom. Once I'm back to Lightroom, I just lower down the saturation and add more vibrance to the picture. And here's the before and here's the after. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope it helps. If you have any question, leave it in the comment and I will answer. If you want to get this overlay that I'm using, let me know in the comment below and I will find a way to get it to you. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I post a new video, and talk to you soon. Bye.